So you might notice different location right now. I'm down here because got the house to myself. Grandpa's in the hospital again over some stuff that just recently came up. I hope that he's going to do all right. Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to do all right. I want him to be able to spend Christmas with us. So, it is Tuesday. I've got another thoughts on for you guys. This is one I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been binge watching Netflix on some stuff, on catching up on some series that I need to. And I wanted to initially talk about two of these Netflix series, but I figure I'll just focus on one because as much as I loved previous, I have a lot more to say about this and that. So if you're curious, Marvel Netflix. Some people are pretty aware of that. I saw Daredevil a while ago and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was really great what they were able to do with it. But today, I'm going to be talking about Jessica Jones. Let's take a look.
Look at my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality.
Greetings, every peoples. This is your cult personality speaking. ToonKritic's name and tunes are the name of my game. So, Jessica Jones. Okay, you might, if you're gonna watch this series, I would suggest having a little bit of a happy on the side because this is a lot to take in. This is a very heavy, dramatic series that goes into some really dark stuff. Like, I love dark stuff, but even this has me backing up a bit like, whoa, okay, Marvel, tone it down a bit, okay? You won't see Disney advertising Jessica Jones or Daredevil because this is some next level stuff. So, yeah, like I said, I was going to talk about Daredevil. Oh, God, excuse me. I was going to talk about Daredevil. But I didn't really have a lot to say other than I like it. I like the supporting cast. I like what they were able to do with Daredevil. I like that it was leagues better than the movie. I like that it feels like a proper Daredevil series. And that's leading up to something very cool. Now, for those curious, Marvel, what they're doing right now, they have the Netflix verse or Defenders verse. They're working to make Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist into the Defenders. And we've already got 2 out of the 3 series done and 3 of the characters introduced. Now we're just waiting on Iron Fist. And we also have the Punisher on the way too. So I'm liking what they're doing here. They're building it up. This is very good. So Jessica Jones, I knew next to nothing about it. I mean, I remember having a Marvel encyclopedia a few years ago, and I read up on like what Jessica Jones was because I'm like, what's this? But this is interesting because Jessica Jones is not your average superhero. You know, not in like tights or cape or can fly or anything like that. Jessica Jones is a former superhero that got into an accident and was given slightly super strength, slightly faster speed, and is able to like leap. So she was given above average superpowers. Not superpowers, I should say, above average powers. And I don't want to give away a lot with this. I don't, because there's some pretty interesting stuff that happens. There's some stuff that goes down. There's some pretty good twists and turns that you're definitely not going to see coming. So I'll just say that through another accident, she realizes that being a superhero is not for her. So she goes to the slight dark side and becomes a private investigator. You know, she becomes like, you know, she's an alcoholic. She's all this other stuff. She's almost like an anti-hero in a sense. The actress, Kristen Ritter, I think is her name, like is perfect. Is just perfect for this character because you feel this character that can walk on both sides like no problem. And it's interesting because you get to see her evolution as a hero again, which is really good. The supporting cast for this is really solid too. Like, God, I forget the drug addict teenager's name, but he's played by the Red Ranger from RPM, which I'm like, oh, this is interesting. So that's okay. So the Red Ranger from RPM went on to be in Jessica Jones, and the Yellow Ranger went on to be in iZombie. So what's the Blue, Black, and Green Rangers up to? No idea, but it's a good supporting cast, minus a few characters that I don't particularly care for. But it's interesting to see how it focuses on the street level. Jessica Jones is not dealing with some major paranormal stuff. She's not dealing with fighting aliens or fighting metahumans or fighting all this other stuff. No, she's just trying to find one person, and that is this series' villain, the Purple Man, played by David Tennant. Oh my god. I'm not the hugest David Tennant fan. I prefer the 11th Doctor to the 10th Doctor. I think the 11th is the best, so come at me. David Tennant as the Purple Man, as Kilgrave, has to be one of the best villains that Marvel has ever created for TV or for their universe, for the cinematic universe. Right up there with like all the greats, like everybody else. Purple Man, absolutely amazing. Purple Man is such a creepy villain. Is such a well played out villain too. The more you get to know about him, I don't want to say anything, but let me put it into context for you. This guy has psychic powers. He can just walk up to you and tell you to do something, and you'll do it, no question. That's how scary it is. Like, you have Thanos, you have the Eater of Worlds, you have Loki, who's, trickster. You have, the Chitauri, you have all this other Marvel stuff. You have all these terrifying villains. Kilgrave can walk up to you, tell you to kill yourself, and you'll do it like that. That is insane. Especially when you see some of the stuff that he does in this. It's, this is not spoiler. There's this one clip where he's in a poker room, and he makes everybody go all in and gets millions of dollars, and then forces everybody to hold, or at least put down. I don't know my poker logic, sorry. And he's like, oh, so everybody just surrendered all their money to me. Sweet. And then the security guard tells him, okay, I can't let you do that. And he just looks at the guy and says, you're going to beat your face into that pole until it breaks. And he does it. And I'm like, oh my god. Could you imagine in real life if there was this guy running around doing that? I think some things would change. One man should not have all that power. It almost makes him overpowered. But the show does a good job of grounding him once he gets caught. And he's a smart dude, too. He's a really, really smart, psychotic dude. You feel like that fear. You know this guy. He puts on that smile, but he has... At any point, he could tell you, okay, this is fun. Kill yourself. And you'll do it. So that's how scary and intimidating this guy is. And what else? What else is there? I'm trying to think. I can imagine Jessica Jones actually popping up briefly in the movies. The good thing about this Netflix series is that it is connected. It is all part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Punisher, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, they're all connected. And I could definitely see them popping up in the Avengers at some point. So, since it's all set in New York, Spider-Man, I could see it. I'd like it to happen. Good way to introduce them, have little cameos and stuff. That would definitely be really cool. Actually, speaking of cameos, the one thing I love, I think I saw this on a Twitter video, where Jessica Jones is at a bar, and she's drinking, and she sees a card on the table, and it's Matt Murdock, Daredevil's card. She just looks at it as like, meh. But I love that, though. I love that little tease that they're going with. It's really cool. But the thing I love, though, about this is that this series is dark. It is majorly, majorly dark. To the point where I would not suggest watching the whole series in one go because it's draining. Even me, I had to take a break every few episodes or so. The first episode opens up with like sex and violence and blood and lesbians and all this other stuff, and I'm like, well, Marvel, are you going to be advertising this anytime soon? No, probably not, because this is like I said, next level stuff. But I like that, though. I like that this series is going dark, but it doesn't go too dark. It doesn't go to the point where you're just like, okay, I can't take this. This is too dark. Give me some light. It does. This series does give you light every now and then. It gives you a breather, and I'm glad, because I don't want to see a series that focuses on drama, focus only on drama. You know, there has to be some good parts. You know, there's some pretty funny moments here that I can't talk about, but there's some good moments here that you see. You see development between Jessica Jones and her best friend. You see how she helps out a drug dealer. You see what her connection is with the Purple Man and how it affects everything. It's all great how everything all connects together. And I can't talk about, like I said, I can't talk about all the major stuff that happens, but I can tell you, definitely check this out. But have some light stuff on the side when you're watching it, because it's a lot to take in. It's heavier than Daredevil, too. I should probably mention that. Daredevil is pretty good, but this is, I think, a little heavier. So watch that if you want. I highly recommend it, because all of this is going to connect together. Yeah, so that takes care of that. Go ahead. If you've already seen Jessica Jones, you know, put your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Twitter, Patreon, Tumblr. I'm still waiting on Pacific PonyCon to make an official announcement, so then I can make an official announcement. Yay, Toon Critics going to this and that. So, yeah, takes care of that. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all on the flip side. Have a good day. Stay awesome. All the good stuff. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for Civil War.